Hello, hi Vicky. Thanks a lot for being interviewed by ideasrevolution.com, my blog. And the UK BBC for so many years. Can you share a bit of your experience on how to do things, and maybe like we in Canada, for example, CBC, can learn from you guys?
Okay, well, thank you. That's a nice compliment. Well, we've been in this business for a number of years, and I suppose the number one lesson is that the content from the audience is probably as good as you can get to tell a real story, the authentic eyewitness or case study of something happening. You need to explain to all your colleagues how important that is and how it can actually enhance their journalism. So that's a new way of working for traditional broadcasters. You then need to get a strong team of people to verify and moderate all this content, and then you need to train people how to use it. So, you know, there's simple steps you can do, but I keep saying to people, for news, user-generated content is just journalism in another form. You get sources for stories, but lots of them, thousands of them, and you just got to treat them like that, verify them, and then work out how to sort of make the most of them in your content. So it's not complicated, it's not rocket science, and if you just listen to your audience a little bit more, my view is that, you know, they will lead you in the direction you want to go.
Do you have a system to actually filter those news stories, like, or is it done internally, or do you use actually some users to rate them? Or
well, we have a message board system that we brought in, so it wasn't a BBC built system, and that allows, you know, thousands upon thousands of emails to be published. We do moderate them, but, you know, we have a system where we publish anything, no matter if it's spelled badly or grammatically incorrect, we just publish, you know, as long as it passes the house rules. Users can then register and police the site themselves to do their own recommended system. And for pictures, we have a system when everything goes by default into the yourpics@bbc.co.uk mailbox, and then we see little thumbnail pictures of it, and we just check it out with all the data there. So you do need pretty robust systems, and certainly for the BBC, that means that they're sustainable for high volumes of traffic. You know, if you're getting 10,000 items coming in, it needs to be a pretty robust system.
And that system, it's open source, like, or someone build it if you guys don't spend thousands and millions
no, exactly. We bought it off the shelf and added a few tweaks. So, you know, we didn't want threading in our message board, that type of thing. We set some, you know, boundaries that were specific to the BBC, and the company, you know, added that, and then when we want to upgrade, they do that for us. But it's a third party piece of software. Yeah.
And in your view, like, BBC is so much bigger than CBC. In your view, do we in Canada? I mean, by the way, when I say we CBC, I don't work for CBC.
Okay.
But so, is it an issue of money, or is it like you don't really need to have a ton of money?
Yeah, I don't think, you know, the BBC is a big organisation, but in terms of my team, I suppose it's quite small within a big organisation. I mean, there's sort of 25 of us, and yes, that's grown from, say, 5 people 5 years ago. But in terms of investment, you just need to make a conscious effort that we're going to invest in this because it matters. What our audience is telling us can enhance our journalism, you know, add to it. So it's more you've got to change the strategy to make it happen. Get some people trained up to verify and use this content. Get everybody in the organisation to buy into it. That's, I know, easier said than done in news organisations, but it is not impossible, and it can be done on not vast amounts of budget.
Right. What are some of the key challenges or things that you lessons learned that BBC has gone through? And you mentioned, like, one of them is to get all the divisions or TV, radio to buy in.
The key thing is that everybody buys into this. It's all joined up. So if you're a media organisation, that your television, radio and web services all understand it. They all benefit from it, so they all want to buy into it in a way, and they all promote each other. Trailing across platforms is really important. Leading the audience across platforms, absolutely critical.
So a naive question from me. Is it a decision from the top that needs to be, like, passed through, and is it that simple? Like,
from the very top, it needs to say this content is really important. It transforms the journalism. We're going to put effort into it, and it matters. Because there are a lot of, you know, in our industry, there are a lot of skeptics who think we're doing our job. We've got our flagship program. We're busy. We can't fit anything else in. They have to realise this is not sort of dumbing down. It's not taking away. It's actually really important for content. If that message comes from on top, then obviously that helps people buy in.
Maybe a hopeful note then. once the top, I guess the top brass of BBC said so, how long actually does it take all the divisions to start the transformation?
Well,
and
with the
is
BBC,
it really
the
tough?
the idea was sort of bubbling around but we were working on it on the website for a couple of years before everybody became, I suppose you could say, fashionable. But then, you know, this is part of a wider thing for the BBC. It's part of the sort of creative future, how we go ahead with, you know, news on all sorts of platforms. So, you know, it all fitted into the same message that people want the news when they want it, they want to participate in it, and we have to sort of take benefit from that, not sort of hide ourselves away and say, oh no, it's all too scary. So that message was coming from the top, you know, with our recent strategy, and, you know, it just reinforced what we were doing.
Right. In the promo video that you showed us earlier, there are so many different things, and in fact when I heard that music I got tears in my eyes that wow, BBC is doing such a great job. Could you give me a rundown, give the viewers a rundown of what kind of medium that you guys have used? I've seen iPod or mobile.
Well, I mean, the mantra we use is anytime, any place, anywhere. So the mobiles are really important for us. You know, you get SMS alerts on your mobile. You can read the news site on your mobile too. You've got broadcasts and podcasts, so that's obviously really important for portable access to news content. We've got big screens in big cities, so if you're passing through Manchester or Birmingham, one of those cities, you see a big screen and the news is there with tickers running across it. You make sure on your digital 24-hour continuous news there's a ticker running along the bottom, your pick, have your say, reinforcing the message, and you know, you make sure that your website is trailing this stuff and passing it on and promoting it as well as you possibly can. So it's, you know, it's not platform specific, it's certain content that goes everywhere.
Wow. Do you know, so those are not just simulations, those are things that actually happening now.
Oh, yeah,
so the promo is like train station and stuff.
The only thing that isn't happening,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing we mocked up is the pretend story, explosion in Waterloo. That was a mock-up story, but the actual content, the webcams and things like that are all happening now. All the technology in that video is happening now.
Wow, it's so cool. I'm so inspired by what you share with us today. Thanks a lot, Vicky.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Good luck.